Hello everyone, welcome to Digital Code Lab. Today we will learn a very interesting C++ topic that is called inline function. Imagine you ask your friend to bring you a pen. Every time you need it, it takes time because your friend has to walk to you again and again. But if the pen is already on your desk, you can use it immediately. Inline functions work in the same way. Instead of going to another function every time, the compiler places the function's code directly where it is needed. This reduces unnecessary work and improves performance. By the end of this video, you will know what inline functions are, why they are faster, their advantages and limitations, and when to use them in real program. So let's get started with a quick revision. Inline functions help reduce function call overhead and improve execution speed. Now, function call overhead. What is function call overhead? Before learning inline function, we need to understand function call overhead. Whenever we call a normal function, the computer performs several extra steps. Let's understand each point. First, the CPU saves its current work in the register. Next, it stores the function argument in a memory area that is called a stack. Think of a function. You can think a stack as a pile of books where the last book placed is removed first. Then the CPU jumps to the function's memory location. After executing the function, it returns to the previous location and restores and saved data. All these extra steps take time. This extra time is called what? Function call overhead. Imagine traveling from your classroom to the principal office just to ask one simple question. If you go this hundred of times, if you do this hundred of times, a lot of time is wasted. Similarly, calling a small function thousands of times creates unnecessary overhead. Interview question is the what is function call overhead? Your answer will be it is extra work performed by the CPU before and after executing a function. So quickly I am going to revise this. Normal function involves saving data, jumping to the function, executing it, and returning back. What is an inline function? Now, let's understand the solution. An inline function is a function that the compiler tries to replace with the actual code whenever it is called. We declare it using the inline keyword. Instead of making a normal function call, the compiler copies the function body directly into a calling location. Imagine saving your favorite contact as mom. Instead of typing the phone number every time, it saves effort. Similarly, inline functions save execution time. Remember, inline is only a request. The compiler may accept or ignore it. Memory trick. How you will remember this? Inline means copy the code here. So quickly I am going to revise the concept. Inline function reduce function call overhead by replacing the function call with the actual function code. Syntax of an inline function. Now let's look at the syntax. Inline int a square int x and return x into x. The word inline requests the compiler to inline the function. Here inline is a keyword. That meaning is already predefined. Means it will request to compiler to do the function inline. Int means the function returns an integer value. A square is the function name. X is the input as a parameter I have used. The statement return x into x calculates and return the square of the number. If we write cout a square 5, then the output will be 25. Why? Because 5 into 5 equal to 25. This function is very small, so it is a good candidate for inlining. Common mistake that students are doing. Students think every function should be inline. That's not true. Only a small functions takes benefit. So quickly I am going to revise. Write inline before the return type and use it for short function only. Inline versus normal function. This slide shows the main difference. In a normal function, the CPU jumps to another memory location, executes the function, and then returns the value. In an inline function, the code is already present at the call location. No jump, no return, no extra overhead. Think of it like ordering food. If the food is already on your table, you eat immediately. If the waiter has to go to the kitchen every time, you will wait longer. That is exactly why inline functions are faster. So interviewer can ask to you question, why are inline function faster? Your answer should be because they remove function call overhead. Quickly I am going to revise. Normal function equal to jump and return. Inline function equal to execute directly. Now, complete working example. Let's understand this program. The first two lines include the input-output library and make coding easier. Next, we define an inline function named max. Inline int max, and here A and B, two parameters, two input I have used. So max function will do comparison between two numbers. Inside the function, the ternary operator checks which number is larger and returns it. You have no need to be confused here. In place of if or else, I have written a single line statement. Return A greater than B and question mark A. If A greater than B will be returned true, then it will return A. Otherwise, if it will return false, then it will return B. It's just like if or else. I can replace if else through ternary operator. So in the main function, we declare two variable x equal to 10 and y equal to 20. And now finally, I'm going to call cout max, and I called here function max x comma y, and it prints the larger value. That output will be what? 20. Since the function is inline, the compiler may replace the function call with the comparison code itself. Here, in place of this, compiler will write this code, 10 greater than 20, question mark, 10 or 20. And obviously, here, compiler have no need to go inside the inline function. It will do comparison here and it will print the value. So quickly I am going to revise this. This example shows how an inline function improves efficiency for a small task. Next is advantages of inline function. Inline function have three main advantages. First, they improve execution speed by reducing function call overhead. Second, they keep programs modular and easy to read. And third, they are ideal for a small helper function like getters, setters, and simple mathematical calculations. You can think it like using a calculator on your phone. Since it's already installed, it opens instantly. Similarly, inline functions save time. So quickly I'm going to revise the topic: faster execution, cleaner code, and best for a small function. Disadvantages and limitation. Inline function also have some limitations. If a large function is inlined, many times the program size increases. This is called code bloat. This is very important question for interview also. The compiler may also ignore the inline keyword if the function is too complex. Recursive functions are generally not suitable for inlining. Now, what is recursive function? Recursion means a function call itself again and again. I will make a video only for recursion. Finally, debugging becomes slightly more difficult because the function call may disappear. So, interview tip I am going to provide you. Never say inline functions are always faster. They are faster only for small functions. So, quickly I am going to revise this slide. Large functions, recursion, and code bloat are the main limitations of the inline function. Good. When to use inline function? You can use inline functions for a small functions, frequently called functions, getter and setter functions, and simple mathematical calculations. Avoid using them for large or recursive functions. Also, remember that modern compilers are intelligent. Sometimes they automatically inline a function even if you don't use the inline keyword. So a small function will be inline and large function will be what? Normal function. So quickly I am going to revise it. Use inline wisely and let the compiler make the final decision. Next, key takeaway, and this is the final slide. Let's quickly revise everything. Inline functions reduce function call overhead. Use the inline keyword before the return type. They are best for a small, simple, frequently used functions. The compiler makes the final decision about inlining. If you remember these 4 points, you can confidently answer most interview and exam questions on inline function. That's all for today lecture. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe to Digital Code Lab and share this video with your friends. Also comment below what is one new thing you learned today. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next C++ tutorial. Happy coding, all the best.